G'day everyone, welcome to Flat Out Adventures. It's been a while, we've been away for a little bit. If you've been following Instagram, you know that the Maverick has been pulled apart to get a barra, which has been an ongoing project that has kind of snowballed, hence why it's taking so long. But in the time being, we decided to get a new rig. So here she is, 1999 4.2 GU Patrol Ute. Picked this up only about a week ago. So yeah, it's got a fresh motor in it. That was done by the previous owner. 3-inch lift, 35s, it's all Superior. And then the full canopy setup. I had a King's rooftop tent on it. I pulled that off and sold it. Put our motop on. So that's on there. It's got a Darcy 270 on the other side that came with it. We're still undecided as to whether we'll pull that off and put the Howling Moon awning on, or we'll just leave it for now. But yeah. So for setup inside the canopy, we've got full length drawer, that was part of it. Everything you see was pretty much done by the previous owner. I haven't done too much. Battery box, red arc charger, King's 1500 watt inverter, and that's probably the living sides on the driver's side though. This is the dog box that came on it. It's got a bit of, sort of be able to throw a fair bit of the dirty gear in there, and then underneath it, I've just got these plastic boxes that actually fit quite nicely. So, and then it leaves me with that spare area in the back, which probably for firewood and whatnot. These side he's made it so that way the chain holds them up as like a little bench space. That's on both sides. Same thing there, and then stand-up fridge on this side, so we just need to fill that. And to finish off the outside, the 2 rear spare tyres actually swing away like this. So the other one, another latch, and that one will swing open as well. Gives you full access to the back area of it. Then you guys have seen in the motop in other videos, so I won't go through that. Darcy is just another 270-degree awning. So I'll move on to the interior. Alright, for the interior, this is actually a DX model, but previous owner installed the power windows. So we've got the clear view mirrors as well, forgot to mention that. Up here, we've got the side lights. So, light there, and there's actually a light under there as well. They need replacing though, there's a bit of water in them, so. But yeah, same for both sides. Winch isolator, winch in and out. So it's quite handy. I've never seen this before. Looks like it's been 3D printed or something, but yeah, very well done. 3 gauges down here. Not a fan of where they're located, so I'll probably move them maybe up to the top there or something, just so you can see them. They're not too bad though, driving at night being down there. So that way you don't see the lights, but yeah. And I've obviously had switches in here and everything, so I've got to get a new fascia for it. And yeah, got the big Android head unit in here as well. That's pretty cool. This one's a little bit slow, so we might end up swapping out eventually, but for now it's good enough. There's actually got a full kicker sound system in here, so it's got the tweeters, speakers in the doors, and then underneath the passenger seat is a nice big sub, and there's amps to run all of that as well. Center console fridge is a must-do mod. Honestly, the best thing. I've got that in the Maverick as well, and it's just awesome. Rear lights, so that's for reversing, and those were for the spotties, but the spotties were wired up wrong, so they would come on with the switch, not with the high beam. So I've pulled them off. They had 3 King spotties across the front, so I've pulled them off. Got my steady ones on there, and I just got to wire them up, and they'll be through the high beam for legality reasons. Overhead console, the GME 2-way. So yeah, and then I've just got little steady head torch in there. These things are awesome, very bright, so I would highly recommend. Otherwise, yeah, not too much else. It's got the SS Commodore seats in it. As you can see, the driver's seat's pretty had it. Passenger seat is in pretty good condition though, but I'll probably change them out. I'm not the biggest fan of the way they hold you. Otherwise, that's about it for the interior. This is the front end. As you can see, there's the winch. It's a worn low mount with a giggle pin solenoid. It isn't working at the moment though, so I got to work that out as to why. As you can see, I've whacked on the Steedies. These are off the Maverick as well. Eventually I'll probably get another set because these are just the best driving lights I've ever had. And as mentioned earlier, the big TD42. It's been turboed as well, so it's all mod plated for that, and the seats. Obviously a 4-inch stainless snorkel. It's all in-house fabrication pipework, been done very nicely. The wiring, however, needs a bit of a tidy up, but that'll be a eventually project. Yeah, so all around it's in pretty good condition. It's running about 30-pound boost, probably making I think a bit over 200 horsepower. We'll whack it on the dyno eventually and get it tuned up as it is a bit sooty at the moment, and probably get a bit better fuel economy for touring. For suspension and tyres, it's running the Black Bear Markma Dakar RTs in a 35, and the Black Bear rims as well. These I found have been pretty good. They're a little noisy on the road, but it'll soon to be determined. I haven't done a lot of Ks in it as to how they wear and how they are off-road. And then yeah, running the full Superior suspension. So it's a 3-inch lift and everything in the front. So I believe it's 10.5-inch shocks in the front and 12.5s in the rear from what the previous owner said. But yeah, it's a lot of flex, rides very nicely. I've got to tune the rear shocks however, as it's a little bouncy on the road. They've also installed the long arm in the back, and it's got the twin tanks. So I think it's a 85 litre sub and a 90 litre rear, but she's also housing airbags in the back, so they're just for helping it. So, and then they're just filled up from the back here, but I'll probably convert that over to being on an air compressor so I can control them from in the cab, as it's a bit annoying having to get out and pump them up and down. So yeah. Alright, well that about does it for the new rig. The only other thing I forgot was there's a roof rack with max tracks and a high lift up there. But yeah, otherwise there's soon to be a lot more videos on this one coming forth. The Barra Maverick will be back eventually, due to having to move locations for work and everything like that. That project has just been dragged out, and then the cost of it dragged out. Fell into that hole of just wanting to throw all the good bits on it. It's now got a 1,000 horsepower motor and Haltech and everything else for it. So those videos, hopefully it'll be, I haven't really done any recording of building it because it's been very much just little bits along the way. Hasn't been really anything major done at once. It's just been whenever I've had a spare few hours to do some work on it. So I might throw some videos showing the last little bit of it on the dyno and that kind of thing. And then I'll do a rundown of that rig once it's finished as well. But for now, here's the new rig. Hopefully see some videos of us out on the track soon and touring in this one. So, also, if anyone can think up a name for this rig, as I am terrible at naming anything, then that would be awesome. So post it down in the comments and we'll see if anyone comes up with something good. Otherwise, yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.